So I've looked at an idea. Processing. It's about holistic, like a holistic economy. So it's understanding how we are trapped, I suppose, over dependent on money. So think of land. Okay, so here we are. We've got the this is the commons. So we had the commons. This is what we used to have in England. We've got the people have free access to land. And so here you could get you got your food, you've got your firewood. There we go. It's a fire. Food, you've got your water. And this was allowed, for the people. And it wasn't just small parts of land, but in England there was a lot of land. It's called common land. So this common land, it was for the commoner. So the people had access to the basic resources for living. And when the Enclosure Act came in, that's when you just cut everything off. And so all the people who were on the land, lots more people. So all these people who were dependent on this, eventually, as it all got closed off, so all this area here, all the commons, became financially owned. So in order to have this area, that people had free access to, all of a sudden it's like, oh, you've got to pay for it. And so this is what increases people's dependency on money. So it's a pound, and so in order to get land, I had to go through the pound and then get to the food. And this is obviously increased the authority of the bank. And this is the infiltration of money going into people's lives, really. And if we can actually find a way to come out of this lock, because we're used to this. We're used to this way of thinking. We used to, I was born in 1981, and it was just normal. This is, well, yeah, of course, if you want land, if you want land, you want a home, very simple. It's all costs. It costs a hell of a lot as well. So it's the fact that the just for a home, it's very expensive. So this gives more power back into the bank. Now let's say, because this is my thought, it's like how to actually get out of this trap. So it's a trap, and it's all been put in there by laws. So I suppose that they'll be in cahoots with government authorities. So you've got Big G, Big Gov, and they enforce all this. But Big G, Big Gov, they need people. They need people to enforce this. So you got like the police, the army. The thing is, the people in the police and the army, well, they're struggling as well. So they're struggling for that. Yet they're still supporting Big G. Now this is the thing: is the average typical person born into these systems, it would just seem normal. It's just well, yeah, it's this is how it works. This is our reality, and so what I'm trying to figure out is how to actually I suppose it's a restructuring of a society, how to envision a new society. So have something that's more holistic. So talk about holistic, it's whole. It's all going around here, it's whole. So there's see people as whole, all connected. And it's this connection to the land, and so it's this wholeness with the trees, the mountains, the waters, the air. And so this is all part of the whole. You've got animals, and so this holistic structure, you start to see how things are it's all connected instead of an extractive system where it's parasitical. So this entity here, this bank, it's a think of like a suction. So you've got the bank gives you money, so you've got numbers going one way and then resources going another way. So this is how it works. You've got the there you go, have £1,000, now give me goodies, whatever. And so it's the flow of money going one way and then goods going the other way. And I suppose this is part of the trick in society now is the illusory wealth of money itself. And so we're looking at money. Imagine you get this every month. £10,000 a month. So that's great. What you can get out of that is a lot, and then compared to £100 a month, it's a hell of a lot less. It's a bit crap. So consider like a poor wage, very high wage, but the attention is on this. It's the number. So we can come out of this way of thinking. So instead of actually putting everything into numbers, instead of thinking, putting wealth into something that's numerical, because this is quite an abstract. These are abstracts, and you go back into actual real wealth, which is the experience. So here we have, this is the experiential. So it's like the felt. So it's touch. How's it touching? How are you seeing? So seeing, hearing. What are you hearing? And so there's this whole transition of coming out of this system, the banking system, the numerical system, because it is all founded on the type of language. Same with government. So government here is all it's a type of language. English language is very diktat, and this this is what you should do and do this and do that. So it's giving out instructions. And the bank here, the numerical bank. Now, this is my vision here. Is like it's almost like the world itself is the bank, as in every action, every seed that you sow, time will grow. You've got more plants. You're nurturing, you're helping one another. There's more children. So this is true wealth, the experiential, the actual living, the life, and the investment. So we're investing into the experiential through our actions, smiling, singing. So things. So these are important. So uplifting expressions. So it adds to the wealth, the experience. You go, like helping hand, opening doors open for people, just uplifting expressions, uplifting way of life, and the energy starts to change, and so you start to go, okay, so this is what we're banking on. We are investing in this instead of this entity over here, which creates separation. And you can see with numbers. So the actual numerical way of thinking, you've got 1, then you've got 2, 3, 4, and it's all separate. So you can end up, instead of seeing something whole, you start breaking everything down into parts. This river belongs to such and such, and this land belongs to this other person, and these animals belong to such and such, and these people they work for such and such, and it breaks everything down, and it is through this sort of language of government and this numerical division. And what I want to do, what I'm trying to get across, is this coming into this holistic. And so how to actually come about that, because this is about frequency, and the transition away from the numerical thinking and into something that's whole. And so this is what I'm seeing. So imagine this has been called a temple, because this is the acknowledgement of there is more to life than just the material that we're just sort of seeing just on this sort of level, but there's something deeper in the imaginal. And so it's like the imaginal, this is how I see it. The imaginal is the foundational, and then what you see here is the expression. And so I'm going to imagine, say, a cat. Okay, how does that look? Okay, so now that's the manifestation. And there we go, nice. And so here with the temple, so think of churches, churches, cathedrals, temples, and they give off a lot of sound and song. So you've got the choir in the church choir, cathedrals, and they're all singing. And so there's all this resonance that gives off, and this resonance of these places, it goes into the ground as well, just like roots. I think these roots that go into the ground. And so it goes into the earth, into the air, coming inside. So people going into the temple. And so it's giving off a different mindset compared to this bank, which is just all about numbers, and then you've got these boring bills that get passed, and then you've got all these laws and authority, and it's do this, do that, and it gets you out of this felt world and into a mindset that's actually going onto basically trying to get into your head, and so you end up becoming possessed. And it's to come out of that. So the temple it's people who they start to resonate with a new vision. So you've got a different vision, something more holistic. You're connected to reality, the earth. You get in touch with the deeper aspects, the imagination. And seeing what rises out of the imagination. So people come in here, they're meditating, and you're giving off stories. There's all sorts coming out. And so there's different stories. There's connection. So that people. So this is where we end up having communities built around living, around actual life, instead of actually being forced together. Like at work, you need to go to work, get some money, and you feel kind of, it's like I have to do it. And there's this separation that the banks cause with the numbers, because individually, people who are working for the government, they're not united. They're not like, let's all unite together because we love the government. They're individuals who are following instruction, diktat. And they all have their own separate bank account, completely different. This is my money, so that kind of phrase. But what's going on here is like, here, have some money. Give me your actions. Here's £10,000 a month. Now give me your behaviour. It goes back into government, goes back into that. And so it's getting out of that mindset and into the felt, and these kind of expressions, temple expressions, where people start to become more in harmony with each other and the world. So when you think of, I suppose, like political visions, I know in myself, often I end up forgetting about the environment. So I just see people floating around in the imagination. They're just there, but there's water. So this is part of, this interconnects everything. The water and the land, the food. Yeah. And so this is part of the whole. And so we feel like we start coming together in this, I suppose it's like a new song, a new harmony. So it's harmony. And so the whole point of these temples is to amplify. It's about amplification of this resonating way of life. And people come up with like poems and songs, and so that adds to the frequency. So it adds to this culture. And so you have this culture that starts to come out, grow out of that. So it's like a greater being. So back here, got this kind of bank, which is a parasitic entity. And so this parasitic entity controlling the mind and saying, controlling the narrative. Oh, this is how the world works, and that's that. Well, by using your imagination, you come out of it, because you can imagine, well, things were different in the past, things are going to be different in the future, things are different in other parts of the world and other places in the universe. So you can actually go, okay, well, this is not eternal. It's just a very small fraction of time and of the location. So this is about getting in touch with the deeper aspects of who we are, and coming into a symbiotic, holistic economy, a holistic way of life, and where the communications, I suppose it's like learning from the mycelium network, because in the mycelium network, you've got communications going one way, resources going the other way, which is exactly the same with money. Same back here, where you've got money, which is like the communications, the signal. Here you go, have that, now give me resources, which is all going to the, those who control the money. And so we go to something more healthy in the communications, where it's just expression. So expression, one way. So I need food. So it's like a call out, I need food. So here he goes. Another amazing drawing. I need food. We have food. Here you go. Just an example. We're not like a baby, sort of, here, gimme. But the point being is communication one way, and resources going the other way. So it's like the mycelium network. And so instead of having money as instead of selling and buying, so it's like the selling and the buying process. So I guess this will be like the buying process. Like, oh, I'm buying and then I'm selling. There you go. But actually, it's a asking and giving culture. But it's an expression because you're not separate anymore now. You're not thinking about your own bank account, my money sort of thing. Well, that's gone out the window now. Because now we're thinking about, actually, this person here is part of this whole. So it's all holistic. And so there's this communications that goes on, which is all part of the whole. And these temples, or these focal points, which help to amplify this kind of expression, I feel that they'll play a major role, an important role, especially where they're located, because there's a lot deeper phenomena that's going on than simply, I don't know, like it just assumes clever people doing clever things, and they're the people who are behind the scenes, the architects and all that sort of business. But actually, in the land itself, I see it as being alive. So the ground has its own frequencies, different locations. And I suppose we can actually have things which, like stones, for example. Let's have a stone. There we go, a stone. So we've got a stone that's being placed here, certain points on the land, and so this is kind of amplifying, I suppose, like amplification. And especially when you got, just imagine you got like a circle of stones. Let's have a circle of stones. Here we go. Yeah, there's a big one right slap bang in the middle, and they're all amplifying this frequency point of the earth itself. So it's like the think of the earth as being, as a living being, and it's communicating upwards. And so there's different structures being made, and also I see that in cities, buildings, these big giant skyscrapers, they're giving off, they're amplifying something that's coming through the ground. I suppose this is why they end up building the buildings where they built, put them. There's this synchronization that happens where people, I don't think people really know they're building them in the places where they are. They don't know the deeper reasons behind it. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, well, this is a good place to put it, but actually I suppose it's more of a calling, different aspects. But I'll go a bit deeper into that on a different video. And so, yes, so like with this frequency here coming up into these temple, vocal, these really expressive points, it then starts to really affect the whole, and then we can start to, the point is, so we can have this harmonization, with something that's more in alignment with who you are as a living being, as a soul. And so there's this greater frequency, and we can have a more harmonic society that's in line with us. We could get the hell out of this parasitic, sort of chop everything off, through the Enclosure Act and everything. It's actually spread around the planet. Get out of that into something more holistic. Sorry, that's my thoughts on that.